Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of a Major League Baseball game. Tonight's game features the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. The views and commentaries are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played in hopes that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, it is a battle between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. The Philadelphia Phillies are in a battle for their playoff lives, and they will be taking the Atlanta Braves on head-to-head this evening, live from Atlanta. We'll be back in just a moment with the starting lineups and all the action. We're glad you could stop in and check it out tonight. We'll be right back, everybody. Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends. Would you like to support Last Wraps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Wraps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We'll bring you the starting lineups tonight. First for the visitors from Philadelphia. Leading off and playing in center field wearing number 37 is Odubel Herrera. Batting second base wearing number 2 is Gene Segura. Batting third in right field wearing number 3 is Bryce Harper. In the cleanup spot, doing the catching wearing number 10 is JT Realmuto. Batting fifth and in left field wearing number 22 is Andrew McCutchen. Batting sixth and playing first base, wearing number 19 is Matt Vierling. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, wearing number 18 is Didi Gregorius. Batting eighth at third base, wearing number 74 is Ronald Torres. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 27, Aaron Nola. They are going to face Max Fried, who takes to the hill today with a 13-7 record and a 3.12 earned run average. And now the starting lineups for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off and playing in right field wearing number 12 is Jorge Soler. Batting second and playing first base wearing number 5 is Freddie Freeman. Batting third and playing second base wearing number 1 is Ozzie Albies. In the cleanup spot wearing number 27 and playing third base is Austin Riley. Batting fifth and in center field wearing number 14 is Adam Duvall. Batting sixth and playing in left field wearing number 8 is Eddie Rosario. Batting seventh and doing the catching wearing number 16 is Travis d'Arnaud. Batting eighth and playing shortstop wearing number 7 is Dansby Swanson. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 54, Max Fried. And of course, this is a battle for top spot in the National League East. Last night, the Philadelphia Phillies lost to the Braves. It is a 3-game difference. The Phillies have a record of 81-76, and the Atlanta Braves are 84-72. And so the Phillies have 5 games left in their season, and the Braves have 6 left. And so Max Fried getting the start tonight for the Braves is 6-0 in his last 10 starts with a 1.48 ERA. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with all the call of this ball game. We're glad you could tune in with us. Either you're here live listening to us on YouTube or on Twitch. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the first pitch of the ball game. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We are about to begin in just a couple moments. Yesterday, the Atlanta Braves held on to a 2-1 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies. It was Charlie Morton getting the win, and the ace, or right now probably the ace of the Phillies staff, is Zach Wheeler. He's pitching like one, taking the loss. The 2 runs were scored early in the ball game as Jorge Soler knocked a pair of runs in the 3rd inning, and the Philadelphia Phillies got one back as Didi Gregorius hit a sac fly in the 9th, but fell 1 run short of tying the ball game. And so tonight, the starting pitcher Max Fried will take to the hill against his counterpart Aaron Nola. Max Fried has been absolutely sparkling over his last 10 starts, and he'll be getting the ball today to face the top of the order for the Philadelphia Phillies. And so leading off for the Phillies, it'll be Odubel Herrera, followed by Gene Segura and Bryce Harper, and Max Fried is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway in just a couple of moments. So Fried basically becoming almost the ace of the staff at this point. Mike Soroka, who was out injured for the entire season with the torn Achilles, and no timetable for his return other than for 2022, has now sort of taken the mantle as the number 1 guy. Well, Fried has completed his warm-up tosses, and Odubel Herrera is striding to the plate, and we're ready to get this one underway. Herrera on the season is batting .262. He's got 13 homers and 50 runs batted in. Fried getting ready to get this one underway. Left-hander has been very efficient in some of his starts. He's been able to be around the zone and throw strikes. He does like to work quickly, and Herrera gets himself dug in the box, and Fried is already set and waiting for him. Herrera's got a very open stance. He spans almost diagonally across the batter's box, and the first pitch is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. Racing over is the left fielder Eddie Rosario. He's got room, and with 1 pitch, there is 1 away in Atlanta, as Odubel Herrera is retired on a fly ball to the left fielder. So 1 pitch and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Gene Segura. Gene Segura on the season is hitting .294. He's got 14 homers and 57 runs batted in. Segura has bounced around a little bit, as he has been in multiple organizations, including the Brewers, the Diamondbacks, and the Mariners. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Segura is an exciting player to watch. He really runs the bases well. He's very aggressive. And here's the pitch from Fried. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch from Fried. It's a fastball swung on. It's tap foul on the third base side of home plate. And the count remains at 0-2. Segura began his major league career with the Los Angeles Angels. And then he went over to the Brewers, and then with the Diamondbacks, and then the Mariners, and now this is his 3rd season in Philadelphia. Here comes the pitch from Fried. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped foul at home plate. The ball is foul, and it bounces, and then Gene Segura takes another swing at it as if he wanted to hit it out of the park. It looked like an Easton pop-up machine. And he swung and missed at that one too, but it was a bizarre little play. I got a good laugh out of the dugout. You don't see that every day. And the count still is no balls and 2 strikes to Segura. So Fried back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and that's fouled away behind home plate. And the count remains 0-2. To thank everybody for taking the time to join us tonight. We've been calling games intermittently lately. We may or may not be on the air tomorrow. If we are, we'll probably look to do these same two teams again. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fried gets the sign from his catcher Swanson, and he goes into the motion. He delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2 strikes. The catcher Darno likes to work off of one knee behind the plate with nobody on. He gives the sign to Fried, and Fried goes back to work. And there is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to third. It's fielded by Riley. He fires the first. That is going to retire Segura on a ground out. It's going to go into the scorebox as a ground out 5-3 for out number 2. And our hobbyist is in the house tonight. Welcome, Chris. We're glad you can pop in and listen to the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. We know you're a big Atlanta Braves fan. And for those of you who are listening on YouTube or on Twitch, we're glad to have you with us as well. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper is batting .311 on the season. He's got 34 homers and 82 runs batted in. He's pushed himself into the position of where there is talk that he could be the league MVP. It is wide open in the National League this year. His play over the last 8 weeks has been outstanding. And here's the first pitch from Fried. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Then the count is 0-1. Harper batting from the left side, waits the delivery from the left-hander Fried. Fried goes into the motion. And he kicks and delivers. And that pitch is taken for a fastball outside, and the count is 1-1 to Harper. So 1-1 strike. Philadelphia Phillies are scratching and clawing their way to try to make it into the postseason. And this game here will have a huge implication. If they lose this game, it's pretty much over. And there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2-1 strike. Harper very patient at the plate. It's very good plate discipline. Fried rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball that is just a bit outside, but Harper can't hold up his swing, and that's going to even the count at 2-2. 2 strikes. Currently, the magic number to eliminate the Phillies is 3. It's a combination of Atlanta wins and Philly losses. Here's the pitch from Fried. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Harper for out number 3 here in the first inning. So for the Philadelphia Phillies, they had no runs on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Or through a half inning in Atlanta, it is the Philadelphia Phillies nothing. The Atlanta Braves coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Matt Hollis. Be sure to check out another Hollis build after the game. You get a chance to see what he's got on his channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Remember, after the game, be sure to check out Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first inning after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the first inning. It is going to be Jorge Soler, Freddie Freeman, and Ozzie Albies to come to the plate for the Atlanta Braves. Soler, Freeman, and Albies to get things going in the bottom half of the first. It is a potent Atlanta lineup, as 3 players in the Atlanta lineup have driven in 100 runs or more this year. And Soler is making his way to the plate. And we're going to get this one back underway. For Jorge Soler on the season, he's got 25 homers and 68 runs batted in. And he is hitting a .219. It's intriguing that they have him hitting leadoff and batting him in the top spot of the batting order. But whatever is working for Atlanta, they got to keep it going. Albies in the top spot. They've dropped him down to 3. And, of course, Freddie Freeman is in the 2 spot. So Aaron Nola getting ready to go to work. He gets his sign from JT Realmuto. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Soler, of course, came over in a trade with the Kansas City Royals. He had led the American League in home runs a couple of seasons ago. He's got some juice in the stick, and he's got the 25 bombs this year to prove it. And there's a breaking ball that's swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. However, every time I see Jorge Soler, it often reminds me of the player from Major League Serrano. When I watch him hit, he just seems like he really, really struggles with the breaking balls. And there's a breaking ball swung on. But this one's got eyes. It's grounded through the 6 hole into left field, and Jorge Soler is aboard with a 2-strike single. And that's going to bring up Freddie Freeman. But just to finish off on Soler, I've had a chance to see him play a few times this year, and he really struggles against the breaking balls. But that one there, he was able to muscle through the 6 hole past the outstretched arms of the Philadelphia third baseman Ronald Torres, and he is aboard with a leadoff single. It's going to bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. For Freeman on the season, he's hitting .300. He's got 31 homers and 82 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Nola is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Freeman having himself an MVP-type season. There's been talk in the Atlanta camp that he's got to be considered a candidate. I don't know why there's not more talk about Austin Riley, who's had a fantastic season outside of Atlanta circles. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0 to Freeman. Austin Riley's certainly had himself a fantastic year as well, with his 32 homers and 100 runs driven in. He has certainly made up for the lost production from Ronald Acuna Jr., who went down. So 2 balls and no strikes to Freeman. Nola gets the sign from his catcher Realmuto and kicks and delivers. And there is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And of course, the hobbyist chimes in with Joe Boo, no doubt. The only thing missing is some fried chicken in the locker. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Nola holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1 to Freeman. Freeman will be followed by Ozzie Albies. Waits his turn on deck. Nola holds set at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and it is a fastball swung on. It is singled up the middle into center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder Herrera. He fields it. And just like that, the Atlanta Braves have something going here in their half of the inning, as they've got 2 runners aboard and nobody out, and that brings up Ozzie Albies to the plate. For Albies on the season, he's 1 stolen base away from being a 2020 player. He's hitting .257 on the season with 30 homers to go with 103 runs batted in. Freeman gets his lead at first. Soler gets his lead at second. Albies batting from the left side, very open stance. And here's the pitch from Nola. It's taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. A season against the Phillies, Albies is 14 for 72. He's got a couple of homers and 7 RBIs. Of course, they play each other quite a bit in the division. Most teams will play each other anywhere from 16 to 18 times, depending upon where that's at. And there's a fastball that's fouled away. And the count is now 0-2 on Albies. So no balls and 2 strikes to Albies. It's a beautiful night in Atlanta. It's 77 degrees. It's partly cloudy. It's a perfect night for baseball. Maybe a little bit on the warm side, but it'll trickle down throughout the evening. And here comes the pitch from Nola. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-2. The wind is blowing out to left field at about 5 miles an hour at game time. It's been varying a little bit. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch to Albies. Nola kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted to straightaway center field. Moving underneath it is Herrera. He makes the catch. And Jorge Soler is going to have to hold at second base. Albies hit that one on the screws, just over the head of the center fielder. He had to go back a few steps. Makes a very nice catch and is able to hold the runner Soler at second. Of course, that keeps Freeman at first. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Austin Riley. Austin Riley this year has grounded into 10 double plays. He is a double play candidate. On the season, Riley is batting .301 on the year. He's got 32 homers and 100 RBIs. So left-hander, right-hander against the right-hander. Nola gets his sign from his catcher, then he steps off, and now he's reset himself, ready to go back to work. Holds at the chest. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0 to Riley. Austin Riley having himself a very solid campaign. The 24-year-old was originally a first-round pick. He was in the supplemental rounds back in the 2015 draft, and there's a fastball. The count now runs even to 1-1. This is his 3rd year of action at the big league level. First true full season. Last year, he played 51 of the 60 games in the shortened season. Nola gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto, ready to go back to work. Checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is now 2-1 to Riley. So 2 balls and 1 strike, and our hobbyist says, don't forget the snake. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on in there, and the incense and whatever else they were trying to get out of the bat of Jobu, or should I say Serrano. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Nola checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Riley. This has not been the best season of Nola's career. His numbers show it. Obviously, he's just a marginally above a 500 pitcher, but his ERA is the second worst of his career. He's at 464 earned run average. The other thing that is a little bit concerning is he's given up quite a bit of hits this year in the innings of work. His most hits he's ever given up in a season has been 176, but he did that over 202 innings. That was a couple of years ago. Depending upon what happens tonight, and if he gets one more start after this on short work, that could be career high in that category. There's a fastball tap foul. The count is 3-2 to Riley. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Austin Riley. Nola gets the side from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. Checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow right field. This ball is going to be past the outstretched arms of the first baseman, Matt Vierling, who is racing out to try to make the grab. Jorge Soler is going to score from second base, and the Atlanta Braves have opened up the scoring here in their half of the first inning on a bloop base hit to right field by Austin Riley. So it was just out of the reach of Vierling. He reached out. It was just maybe about an inch or two away from his glove as he's running away from the infield. The right fielder, Bryce Harper, had to come a long way. He was not in position. He was not certainly shading towards the line in that spot. They were playing Riley, of course, to more of the pull side. But Riley gets himself an RBI. Freddie Freeman advances to third on the bleeder by Riley, and the Braves get the first run of the game on a run by Jorge Soler here. And that's going to bring up Adam Duvall to the plate. For Adam Duvall on the season, he's batting .231, but he's got 38 homers to go with 111 RBIs. This is that part of the batting order for the Braves with 3 players that have driven in 100 or more runs, and there's the first pitch changeup swung on. It's absolutely scorched foul. It's going to hit the netting way down the left field line. The count is quickly 0-1. The big thing for Duvall is he's been able to stay healthy this year. He's had some injury issues over the course of his career. That's certainly over the latter parts of his career, since (2018) have not been full seasons for him. He's been nicked up or banged up, and there is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-2. This year here between the Marlins and the Braves, this is his 144th game of the season. Not since he was back in 2017 with the Cincinnati Reds that he was able to do that. It's the second time in his career that he's also driven in 100 runs. So no balls and 2 strikes to Duvall. Nola checks the runners. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to second baseman Segura. Over to the shortstop for 1. Back to first, but it's not going to be in time. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice to erase Riley 4-6. The run is going to score, and that is going to put the Braves up 2-0 as Freddie Freeman crosses plate. Good base running by Adam Duvall to really hustle down the line. He really got down the line to be able to beat that out so that they could get that other run across. And that is going to bring up the left fielder, Eddie Rosario. For Eddie Rosario on the season, he's batting .258. He's got 13 homers and 59 runs batted in. He's also got himself 11 stolen bases. This is the 6th hitter of the inning for the Atlanta Braves. And the first pitch from Nola is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 2 quick runs here in the first inning by the Atlanta Braves. Put the Philadelphia Phillies behind the 8 ball. Nola ready to go back to work. He holds at the chest, and this time he throws over to first, and getting back easily is Adam Duvall. Rosario digs in. He's got a bit of a close stance at the plate. And here's the pitch from Nola. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Waiting his turn on deck is the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. So here comes the pitch from Nola. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul on the first base side. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nola has really had to work hard here in his half inning of work. He's already up to 24 pitches. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. It's picked up by the second baseman, Segura. He flips it over to first, and that is going to retire Rosario. It goes as a ground out. 4-3 for the third out of the inning. But there's been damage done in Atlanta. The Braves had 2 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We were through 1 complete in Atlanta. It's the Atlanta Braves 2, the Philadelphia Phillies nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the second. In just a couple moments, we're glad you could be with us. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. He's got all kinds of great stuff up there, including the stuff he put up today. I don't know why.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
As always, thanks again, Steve. We'll be back in just a moment after these tunes with the call of the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to get this one underway as it's going to be JT Realmuto, Andrew McCutchen, and Matt Vierling here in the top of the second inning to face the lefty Max Fried. And the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered low to Realmuto for a 1-0 count. Realmuto on the season is hitting .268. He's got 16 homers to go with 72 runs batted in. He stands in on the right side with the slightly open stance. He's rather upright. There's a fastball from Fried that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Fried ready to go back to work. There's a fastball delivered on the outside corner, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. series here had a lot of inklings about a month or so ago as these two teams were coming down the stretch at each other. This is a pivotal ball game right here as Realmuto fouls the pitch off over on the first base side. The Braves win the game tonight. They basically have to win one more game after this to clinch. And so this is a backbreaker game. If the Phillies are going to stay in a fight for the playoffs, this is as much of a must-win game as possible. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Realmuto. Fried gets the sign from his catcher. Darno, he goes back to work. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Realmuto chased one up and out of the zone for the first out of the inning. And he is retired 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen. For McCutchen on the season, he's hitting .220 with 25 homers and 76 runs batted in. McCutchen is in his last year of a contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be curious to see what he will do in the offseason, or even what the Phillies will do with him. And there's a fastball that McCutchen can't hold up on. He tried to check his swing, but that is called strike. There is a team option for McCutchen at the end of the year. It's a $15 million option with a $3 million buyout. But the reality of it is I'm not sure if they will consider to bring him back. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to McCutchen. There is a changeup that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. I have to say that McCutchen has had a decent year this year. His batting average has not been where it once was when he was in the prime of his career. It was in 2013 when he won a National League MVP. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now runs even to 2-2. Once upon a time, a .300 batting average was pretty much every year for McCutchen, right where he was with the Pirates. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count's now full to McCutchen. Those days are long in the rearview mirror. He's .220 batting average this year with only a .334 on base percentage. His slugging percentage is down. But with regards to home runs, this is the most he's had since 2017. And there's a fastball from Fried, swung on and missed. And McCutchen's been retired on strikes, so 2 up and 2 away, both via the strikeout. That's going to bring up the first baseman today, Matt Vierling. Vierling on the season is hitting .339 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Of course, a huge loss for the Philadelphia Phillies was the loss of Rhys Hoskins, who was having himself a fine season. Vierling's getting the start at first base today. There is a changeup taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Vierling was originally drafted out of high school in the 30th round by the Cardinals. He ended up going to Notre Dame University, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. He was redrafted in 2018 out of the University of Notre Dame by the Phillies in the 5th round. This is the first year he has been at the big league level. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. 24-year-old has 59 at-bats coming into tonight's action. Fried gets the assign from the catcher Darno. He goes back to work. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is a jam job, but it's lifted into right field. It's going to get down in front of the right fielder Soler, and Vierling is aboard with a base hit. So a 2-out hit for Matt Vierling is going to bring the shortstop Didi Gregorius to the plate. Gregorius on the season is hitting .211. He's got 13 homers to go with 53 runs batted in. Vierling having a very good start to his rookie campaign. Here comes the first pitch from Fried. It is a fastball that misses down and away to Gregorius. The count is 1-0. Gregorius, of course, spent the bulk of his career with the New York Yankees. He originally began his career in the Reds organization at the big league level, and then he was moved to the Diamondbacks and spent 5 seasons as the Yankee shortstop. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded past the diving Freddie Freeman. It's going to get into right field. Vierling digging for third. He's going to make it in time. And Dieter Gregorius has a 2-out single, and now the Phillies have something brewing as they've got runners on the corners with 2 out. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ronald Torres. For Torres on the season, he's hitting .246. He's got 7 homers and 40 runs batted in. The 29-year-old Venezuelan began his professional career at the big league level with the Los Angeles Dodger organization. He then spent time with the Yankees, the Twins, and this is his second year in the Philly organization. There's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. It was back in 2017 that he had the most playing time in his career, minus this year, and that was with the Yankees. He appeared in 108 games. He's on track to do the same here this year, and there is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count's now 2-0 to Torres. For his career, he is a career .267 hitter, but he doesn't have a lot of pop in the stick. He's only got 11 career home runs. 7 of them have come from this year. So here comes the 2-0 pitch from Fried. He holds at the belt. He gets his sign, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers, and it is swung on. It's grounded over to the right side. It's fielded by Ozzie Albies. That throw is up the line, and it's going to get past the first baseman. And that's going to score a run. And now they've got runners all on the corners again, as Ozzie Albies has been charged with an error. So Torres is going to reach on E4. The runner Vierling is going to score to make the score 2-1. And Gregorius is going to come all the way around. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Aaron Nola. So the Phillies have got a cheap run back on the board here, but nothing is cheap when you're fighting for your playoff lives. And the first pitch to Nola is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nola. Fried holds at the belt. Checks the runner at first. He delivers. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt. And making his way down to second base is Torres. It's going to go down in the books as a wild pitch, as he was not running on the play. It bounced in the dirt. It was a decent job by the catcher d'Arnaud to try to block it, but he had no shot at the runner at second base. In fact, the middle infielders weren't even moving over in that direction to cover. So the count is even at 1-1 to Nola. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Nola. So here's the pitch. It is tapped slowly over to the right side. It's fielded by Freddie Freeman. Moving over to the base to cover is 3-1. That is going to end the inning here for the Phillies. The Phillies get a run on one hit. There was one error and one runner left aboard. Check that. 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 1.5 innings. It is the Atlanta Braves 2, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the calls after this. Adam Cole stops in and says hello. Welcome, Adam Cole. Thanks for being here. We'll be back in just a moment after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Thanks again. That's Matt Hollis. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the bottom of the second inning. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be Travis d'Arnaud, Dansby Swanson, and Max Fried coming to bat for the Atlanta Braves in their half of the second. And we've had a couple of technical difficulties at our end. But we're glad everybody has tuned in as Nola is completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get back to the action. It was a tough inning for Max Fried in his half of the second inning. Got the first 2 outs via strikeout, and then everything sort of fell apart. Back-to-back singles and error. Was able to produce a run for the Philadelphia Phillies. Fried really had to work hard in that inning. He threw 24 pitches after pretty much cruising through the first inning. We're ready to get this one back underway in just a moment. Nola is sending his final offering to the plate, and they're going to bring it down to second base and get this one ready to resume. So d'Arnaud is striding to the plate. He's batting .226 on the season. He's got 7 homers and 26 runs batted in. d'Arnaud hits from the right side, and he's going to be facing the right-hander Nola to get things going. d'Arnaud, of course, began his career by being drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies. He was the 37th overall pick in the 2007 draft, and there is a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. Of course, he's been involved in a couple of trades over the course of his career. The Philadelphia Phillies sent him packing to the Toronto Blue Jays as part of a package, including Kyle Drabek and Michael Taylor for Roy Halladay. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. And then, of course, he was part of the blockbuster deal along with a number of other players, but specifically Noah Syndergaard going to the Mets for R.A. Dickey. And of course, Mike Nikias and Josh Tolley went the other way as well to the Blue Jays. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 1-2 to d'Arnaud. Of course, he was then released by the Mets. He was spent time with the Dodgers, the Rays, and now he is, of course, with the Braves, and really first time in his career. Over the last couple of seasons, he's been healthy. A fastball swung on it, is lifted into right field. Bryce Harper moving to his left. He slides and makes the catch. And that is going to retire d'Arnaud for the first out of the second inning. So 1 up and 1 away for the Braves, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. But just before we finish off with d'Arnaud there, d'Arnaud, we were saying, has had a hard time staying healthy in his career. Even this year here, he's got game number 57 under his belt tonight. But he's a very important player for the Atlanta Braves, especially if they can continue their march toward the postseason. So Swanson digs in, right-hander against the right-hander, and Nola delivers a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. We've got Steve Rademacher in the house. Welcome, Steve, as always. There's a changeup that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nola for this time of the year is definitely not sharp. He does not have great command of his pitches, and there is a changeup swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2 to Swanson. Swanson will be followed by the pitcher, Max Fried. Nola ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Real Muto. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into deep right center field. Moving back on the warning track is Harper. He's going to watch it come off the wall. Moving into second base and sliding into second base is Swanson, and he's got himself a 1-out double. That ball just kept carrying right into right center field. That ball got over the heads of the outfielder all the way off the wall. It short hopped the wall. He did a good job of fielding it, did Harper, and played it really well off the wall. Took it off the 1 hop and fired a bullet to second base. Swanson really had to dig. He was coming hard out of the box, and he really had to turn on his jets. The ball was 1 hopped in. I'm not sure I really liked the way Didi Gregorius received that ball. He was up in front of the base on the outfield side. But Swanson's aboard with a double, and that brings up Max Fried. And the first pitch from Nola is a fastball that misses up and away. For Fried on the season, he's hitting .283. He's got no homers and 5 RBIs. Max Fried does swing the bat very well. I had a chance to see him earlier this year against the Dodgers. And he absolutely punished the Dodgers with some sacrifice flies and some well-struck balls, and was able to reach base. And that pitch is swung on. It's grounded to second. It's fielded by Segura. He flips to first. That is going to retire Fried on a ground out, 4-3. It's going to advance Swanson to third. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Jorge Soler. I see RJ Collect Sets is in the house. I know he's a Phillies fan. He says the Braves have pretty much locked it up. This ball game tonight is going to be the ball game that's going to dictate if that's going to happen or not. Obviously, if the Phillies lose, then you can start kicking dirt on them because they're pretty much finished. The magic number is 3. Combination of Atlanta wins and Philly losses adding up to 3 means it's all over for the Phillies. So with Swanson on third, the first pitch to Soler is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So it looks like we're going to have the Braves and the Brewers match up for round 1. If the Braves can win out here, we're still waiting on the outcome in the National League West. Probably going to be the Dodgers will be the host of the wild card game facing the Cardinals. The Cardinals definitely are on fire. They've won 17 straight. That fastball misses inside to Soler, and the count's 1-1. Nola ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. For those who are doing their scoreboard watching out of town, we'll try to peek in at the important games. The Blue Jays are currently up 4-0 on the Yankees. That still has playoff implications for teams. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the way, and the count's now 3-1 to Soler. The Brewers have a 1-0 lead on the Cardinals. That doesn't have any implications. Both teams have made the playoffs, but the 17-game win streak is on the line right now for the Cardinals. Comes the 3-1 pitch. It is a changeup that misses down, and Soler is aboard with a walk. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. So Soler tonight on base twice in his first 2 plate appearances. It's another ball game that we'll be keeping an eye on later tonight. It's the Mariners and Athletics. Mariners are only half game out in the wild card. Montez against Gilbert, and of course the Boston Red Sox are currently underway. It's in the top of the 5th inning. They are beating the Baltimore Orioles 1-0. That game has playoff implications. If the Red Sox lose and the Mariners win, the Mariners will be in the playoff spot. There's a first pitch fastball to Freddie Freeman that swung on a miss, and the count is 1-1. Who would have thought that the Seattle Mariners would be in this position for the playoffs? I had no idea. Our hobbyist and is in the house listening, and of course, RJ. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Freeman, and it is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. Well, certainly when you look at the Phillies, they're really not that far away. They're really 1 player or 2 away. I'd say 1 pitcher and 1 bat. If I was a Philadelphia Philly general manager and looking to upgrade the bat, I think Chris Bryant would look good in their Philadelphia uniform next year. There's a 1-1 fastball to Freeman, swung on. That's lifted foul over on the third base side, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Freeman. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris Bryant would definitely be the upgrade over McCutchen. They're going to shell out some money. I also think they need an arm or 2, and it's the bullpen is in need, and there is a breaking ball that misses down. The count's now 2-2 to Freddie Freeman. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nola gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto. He's ready to go back to work. This is the 45th pitch of the ball game for Nola. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Freeman is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Atlanta Braves in their half of the second, they had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 2 complete in Atlanta. It is the Atlanta Braves 2, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 3rd inning. And RJ Collects Set says Kutch is only 34, but he's an old 34, and we'll true that one. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Here's our friend Steve holding it down.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching Last Reps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Thanks again, Steve. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. He's got some real cool stuff up on his site. I'm not sure why I'm biased to that today, but his 2 videos were partial to us. That's Steve Rademacher, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, or whether it be the Saturday morning cartoons, he's got something for everybody. Here we go back to the live action. Max Fried is ready to face the top of the order. And it's going to be Adubel Herrera in here to face off. And Herrera's got some gamesmanship going on. He really takes his time to go through his stuff, and he's forcing Max Fried to wait. And Fried delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Herrera's got that very open stance, but when he first steps into the batter's box, he has quite the routine. And the umpire is allowing him to complete it. Here comes the pitch from Fried. It's grounded to short. Swanson fields it. He's got to hurry. He throws to first. That's going to retire Herrera. That's going to go down as a ground out. 6-3 for out number 1. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Gene Segura. We started to talk a little bit last inning. And RJ Collect says, has anyone seen any of those self-drive pizza delivery vehicles they advertised? I haven't seen those. But we were talking a little bit about Andrew McCutcheon, and we were saying he's an old 34. His numbers have, maybe not his power numbers, but certainly his average and on-base percentage have really dropped off. When you look at his MVP years of 2013, and there's a first pitch breaking ball tap foul by Segura, and the count is 0-1. His numbers have fallen off a cliff. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This is grounded foul on the third base side, and we're 0-2 on Segura. So I'm not sure about the self-drive pizza delivery vehicles that RJ is talking about. Which company would that be, RJ? So here comes the 0-2 pitch from Fried. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. And the count is now 1-2 strikes. So 1-2 strikes. Fried ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Swanson over to first. And that is going to retire Segura. It goes as a ground out. 6-3 for out number 2. I'm losing our chat a bit here. Our hobbyist says he hasn't seen that. Interesting that Domino's is doing that. I'm sure that's the way of the future eventually. You know, when you think about it, the work certainly that's out and around for people, it's hard right now to get a lot of labor in certain parts. And so people just don't want to do the work. Certainly some of the more or less, you hate to say menial tasks, but how can you have a career being a pizza delivery person is beyond me. It's maybe extra money or extra cash, but you know, certainly the high schoolers are not taking advantage of that stuff. And so here we go back to the live action. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Bryce Harper. No balls and 1 strike. Fried rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses away, and the count is 1-1 strike. Check that. 2 balls and no strike to Harper. Unless, of course, we've got that one wrong. So here we go. Here's the 2-0 to Hart. Fried ready to go into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. Its tap foul over on the first base side, and now the count goes to 2-1. RJ says he's not sure that the Phillies want to spend money on another elite free agent. They're going to have to do some stuff with the bullpen. I wonder what Dave Dombrowski will do with the Phillies. He's never been afraid to spend money, that's for sure, whether it be with the Tigers or else. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hammered foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. It's going to make the count 2-2 to Harper. Well, certainly there's opportunity for the Phillies to get themselves over the hump. They really need one more legitimate bat in the lineup, and that legitimate bat might have been Rhys Hoskins, who went down. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball from Fried that misses upstairs, and the count's now 3-2 to Harper. Last pitch was at 95 miles an hour. That might have been the fastest fastball we've seen from Fried all night. He's been sitting in and around 93 miles an hour. But to touch 95, that was definitely probably his fastest pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And that's going to retire Harper for the third out of the inning here for the Phillies in their half of the third. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the third inning. It is the Atlanta Braves 2, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. We're glad you could stop by and check it out tonight. Here is something about one of the Braves that you may not know. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the third inning. It is going to be the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the Atlanta batting order. That means Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, and Adam Duvall are going to make their way up to face Aaron Nola. It is a 2-1 lead for the Braves. The Braves got 2 runs in the first inning off of Nola with back-to-back singles by Soler and Freeman to begin the ball game. Austin Riley knocked in Jorge Soler with a single. And Adam Duvall bounced into a fielder's choice, and that allowed Freddie Freeman to cross the plate. That's how they scored their 2 runs. And then, as we go back to the action, the first pitch breaking ball to Albies is fouled away for 0-1. Matt Vierling was knocked on a Ronald Torres ground ball that allowed Matt Vierling to cross the plate. It was an unearned run, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. That was able to allow the Philadelphia Phillies to get their 1 run back. And that is where we stand here in the bottom half of the third inning. So Nola back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. If it stays fair, it's going to be a home run. And this ball is going to get into the seats, but it is going to be a foul ball. Ozzie Albies took that one for a ride. He just hooked it foul. Albies was hunting for his 31st homer of the year, and it just was to the right of the foul pole by about a couple of feet. As we get the action back on that one, you can see it's just missed. Vierling kind of came out of nowhere, says RJ Collects. As we said earlier, he was a redraft out of the University of Notre Dame. And here comes the pitch from Nola. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1. Certainly Veerling, given the opportunity to get a chance to play with Hoskins gone. He's not a young guy. He's 25 years old. But sometimes you're in a position where you are blocked, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It is laced into left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single here in the third inning for Albies. Albies is aboard with a base hit. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Austin Riley. Veerling this year between AA and AAA was hitting .276 with 11 homers and 47 runs batted in. And as we talk a little bit about the Philly first baseman, this is his third season. Check that, fourth season in professional baseball. First year at the big league level. As Nola fires over to first base and diving back in time as Albies. As we said earlier, Albies needs one stolen base to get to be a 2020 player. He's got the 30 home runs. He's got 19 stolen bases. So here comes the pitch from Nola. Instead, he fires over to first, and diving back again in time is the base runner, Albies. And RJ Collects says it exactly. There's a guy, Albies, who swing the other way to avoid the shift. It's interesting that you say that and bring that up as a topic. And there's a breaking ball that Riley waves at and misses. And the count is 0-1 to Riley. It's exactly what it is. If we want to get rid of the shift, why can't guys bunt the other way? I know in the low-level minor leagues, there are some teams that have philosophies that they will tell their minor league players not to bunt into the shift. The Boston Red Sox are one of those. And there's another throw over to first base, and diving back in time as Albies. And so, you know, you can always work on the things that you're good at. Working on the things that you're not good at is something else. But if you're going to keep teams honest, why can't you drop a bunt down on that side? Or why can't you go the other way? Obviously, if more players could do that. And here comes the pitch from Nola. There goes the runner. That pitch is swung on, and it's fouled away. Albies had a great jump. He's helped to his feet by Segura. Segura picks him up and pushes him on his way. So no balls and 2 strikes to Austin Riley. But to your point, if you want to get rid of the shift, you've got to find a way to be able to become more of a complete hitter. It's very difficult to defend hitters who are line to line, foul line to foul line. If you can hit all over the park, it's very, very difficult to do. Here's the pitch from Nola. It's a breaking ball that misses low and away, and the count is 1-2. The hobbyist says, working on the things I'm not good at would take more hours than there are in the day. Yeah, possibly. That, unfortunately, is the game of baseball. For every hour you hit, you should spend an hour throwing, an hour running, and an hour of fielding. Most people only want to spend time at the hitting and the throwing portion, and very little time at the other parts of the game, being such as fielding or the base running. Base running is often overlooked, or bunting, and so on and so forth. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Riley. Nola gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto. He kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball. And the home plate umpire says Riley went, and there's no dispute. He is rung up on strikes for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Adam Duvall. So Duvall was stride to the plate. RJ Collects says, for every hour he spends watching baseball, he should spend an hour cleaning the house. I would have thought, RJ, when you were listening to me, you would already be cleaning. You could be doing 2 birds with 1 stone. So Duvall steps up. He is 0 for 1 today. He bounced into a fielder's choice, but he knocked the run in. It was the second run of the ball game. And Nola ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. It is popped up into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Herrera. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Duvall for the second out of the inning. And that's going to leave it all up to Eddie Rosario. And our friend Chris says, don't tell my wife that. You should be cleaning as you're listening to the game. Well, we'll just keep that our secret between us, I guess, gentlemen. So 2 away here in the Atlanta third inning. The runner at first is Albies, and Eddie Rosario steps to the plate. Rosario tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Right-hander against the left-hander. We're ready to get this one back underway. Rosario, of course, was with the Cleveland Indians and came over mid-season to the Atlanta Braves. And again, Nola throws over to first, and again, diving back in time is Ozzie Albies. Rosario went to the Braves in return for Pablo Sandoval. Of course, Sandoval was released fairly quickly after that. And here's the pitch from Nola. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled off over on the first base side. And the count is 0-1. But for Rosario, he kind of got off to a bit of a slow start with Atlanta, and then he has quietly started to pick up his pace. He hit for the cycle the other night. He's now 21 for 78, which is a 269 average. He's got 6 homers and 13 runs batted in with the Braves. He's got a close stance at the plate. You don't see a lot of hitters that are closed off, but Rosario is one of them, and throwing over to first again is Nola, and again diving back in time is Albies. So getting his lead over at first base is Albies. And Nola delivers to the plate, and there is a fastball swung on and fouled back. The count is now 0-2 to Rosario. RJ says he's going to step away, but he'll be right back. I'm sure that his wife got him, but I'm sure he's off to clean something. There's no doubt about that. So no balls and 2 strikes to Rosario. The runner at first is Albies. Travis d'Arnaud is waiting his turn on deck, and here comes the pitch from Nola. He kicks and delivers. That's a changeup that misses down, and the count is 1-2. As we said before, this is not the best of Aaron Nola that we've witnessed. Nola has struggled tonight. He's up to almost 60 pitches. Ramudo gives the sign to his right-hander and ready to go back to work. And again, he throws over to first, and again, Albies goes diving back. It's been a game of cat and mouse at first base with the base runner Albies. He's definitely itching to get himself into scoring position. So here comes the 1-2 to Rosario. Nola kicks and delivers, and it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is driven into right field. It's down, and it's going to get off the wall in right field. Harper plays it off the wall. He fires it in. It gets over the head of the cutoff man. And all the way from first base, the runner Albies is going to score. That'll be the 3rd run of the ball game for the Braves. Rosario has got himself a double and an RBI. And the Braves have now recaptured that 2-run lead. They're up 3-1. That ball was absolutely scorched. Rosario hooked that. Was able to take it into right field. Harper slipped as he went to throw. So in some fairness, he played the ball well off the wall, but as he went to plant and throw, his right foot slipped from behind him, and that probably caused him to overthrow the cutoff man. It wasn't like he threw them egregiously, but he did throw the ball. It did get over the cut man. So here comes the pitch from Nola to d'Arnaud. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So Ozzie Albies able to score with his speed all the way from first base. It's 3-1 for Atlanta. So here comes the pitch to d'Arnaud. Nola kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. But as they used to say, or as Yogi Berra used to say, it's never over till it's over. Once we get into the Atlanta bullpen, that's where the excitement in this game is going to take place. Max Fried will probably get at least 6, hopefully 7 innings if you're a Braves fan. But once they get into the bullpen, that's nail-biting time for Atlanta, so they're going to have to try to stretch out some runs here. Here's a fastball swung on. It's tapped over to third base. It's fielded neatly by Ronald Torres. He throws to first. That's going to retire d'Arnaud on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 3. But the Braves were able to get a run back. They had a run in the inning on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. We're glad you could be here. Here is our friend Matt.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Remember, after the game, be sure to check out another Hollis build. That's Matt Hollis. He's got all kinds of stuff, including his chickens in his yard, as well as his brakes. Be sure to check him out. Let him know that Last Drafts Baseball sent you. We'll be back after this. Fine tune in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Philadelphia Phillies in the top of the 4th inning. That means it's going to be JT Realmuto, Andrew McCutchen, and Matt Vierling to get things going for the Phillies. And it is JT Realmuto, who is 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up against Fried. And he's getting ready to face the left-hander as Fried goes into the motion, and there is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Realmuto batting from the right side against the left-handed slants of Fried. Fried delivers. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a beautiful night for baseball in Atlanta. Fried ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-1 to Realmuto. Fried, the lefty, gets his sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. And here's the pitch from Fried. He fires. It's a fastball. This is swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Moving in on it is the center fielder, Duvall. He's going to make the catch. He's going to put it away, and that is going to retire Realmuto for the first out of the 4th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen. For McCutchen today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his only time up. We're talking a little bit about McCutchen in his last at-bat and how he's really at the back end of his career. He's 34 years old, but he's an old 34. He's had the most at-bats since 2018, when he had 482. I'll check that. He was actually with between two teams. He had 482 with the Giants, and then, of course, he was traded to the Yankees. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-1 to McCutchen. But as we were saying about McCutchen, he's really not been the same player. He was had a 327 average in his 2012 season. There was a changeup that misses low, and the count's 2-1. He hit 317 and 314, and he also hit 292 in the year after that. He was a 5-time All-Star with the Pirates. He also was MVP, and he finished third in MVP in 2 of those campaigns. There's a breaking ball that misses low. Counts 3-1. And a 4-time Silver Slugger, but his game really fell off after the 2015 season. His numbers just dropped. His power numbers were pretty much about the same, but his RBI production, his batting average started to tail. His strikeouts started to actually creep up a little bit. And there's a pitch that's down. The count is now 2-2 to McCutchen. But certainly not the same player that he once was. Still a productive player in some ways. He gives him some pop. Curious to see if he could find his way over to the American League for the last little bit of his career. And there's a changeup swung on it. It's grounded to third. It's fielded by Riley. He fires to first, and that's going to retire McCutchen as a ground out 5-3 for the second out. The reason I say the American League, I know he spent a little bit of time with the Yankees, but he could probably spot a little bit of time as a DH. He could give you some fourth outfield duty, but is he willing to be able to do that at this point in his career, or at least over the next couple of years of his career? A really nice play by the third baseman Riley, though. So here we go. It's Matt Vierling stepping up to the plate, and he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike. Vierling tonight has got the only run scored by the Phillies. He singled us last time up, and he ended up coming around on an error by the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is softly lined to the shortstop. Swanson slides. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire the Phillies here in their half of the 4th inning. So for the Philadelphia Phillies, they had no runs on, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the 4th inning. We're glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters in the Atlanta batting order. And that means it's going to be Dansby Swanson, Max Fried, and the top of the order, Jorge Soler, to face Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola has not had a easy night of work. Through 3 innings pitched, Nola has thrown 62 pitches. One would think he is probably get through at least 5 innings. Will they get him into the 6th? I don't know. We may have a bullpen parade coming a little bit earlier. We've got Swanson striding to the plate. He made a nice play to end that last inning. It was a soft liner that he had to move to his right. He slid and made the grab. He is 1 for 1 today. He doubled his last time up, and he takes a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He hit that bullet to right field over the head of Harper that Harper played off the wall. Made a pretty good throw. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Swanson. Nola kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. And to do a double take on that one myself. It was right on the corner, and Nola did deserve the pitch because he's not been tragic tonight, but he has had difficulty with his command at times. So here's the 0-2. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted over the shortstop's head. It's a base hit, and Swanson is aboard with his second hit of the game. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Max Fried. Dansby Swanson has certainly been in a situation where Swanson has been able to get aboard, and we watched this tonight. The piece of hitting that Nola has, or piece of pitching that Nola has done and delivered to the hitters. 2 strikes, that's twice he's let batters off the hook, and Fried now squares. The ball is bunted. Realmuto thought about throwing to second base as he fields the ball, but he goes to 1, and that is going to retire Fried on his sacrifice. It's going to go 2-3 for out number 1, and Swanson is now into scoring position. But Dansby Swanson had a 2-strike base hit. Adam Duvall actually was able to reach base. Jorge Soler led off the ball game with a 2-strike, 0-2 base hit. And so that's what we're talking about Nola not being able to necessarily to the ball. And it was interesting that Realmuto just couldn't pull the ball out of the glove and to get himself in a position where he could make that throw to second base. Otherwise, I think they had a legitimate shot at Swanson. Those are the little things. If that's a difference maker in this ball game, then this is maybe why the Phillies aren't going to the playoffs. So here comes Jorge Soler to the dish. He's been aboard twice. He's 1 for 1 on a walk. And here's the pitch from Nola. It's a fastball that backs Soler off of the plate, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes to Soler. Nola checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Nola comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Soler getting himself dug in. Nola ready to go back to work. Checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down. Counts now 3-1. Nola gets the ball. He's ready to go back to work again, and he comes set. He checks the runner. He kicks and delivers, and that is a fastball that misses again, and that is ball 4. And Jorge Soler is aboard for the 3rd time tonight. I was questioning that decision before the ball game with his .219 batting average coming into the ball game, and tonight he is 3 for 3 on base, and that brings up Freddie Freeman. Freeman tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the first, and he struck out in the second. He takes a changeup for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Joe Girardi's going to have some decisions on his hands as far as how long he wants to leave his pitcher in the ballgame. Nola is up next inning, but I would think that he wants to ride him out into the 5th or the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch to Freeman. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. However, in saying that, there is action in the Philadelphia bullpen. Nola checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. Looks like it's Cam Bedrosian up in the Phillies bullpen. Of course, the son of Steve Bedrosian, the one-time Atlanta Brave. Cam, of course, has spent most of his career with the Angels. This is his 3rd team this season that he's been with. He was with Cincinnati and Oakland as well. And there's a fastball swung on and missed by Freeman. And Freeman has gone on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. That's going to leave it up to the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. So Freddie Freeman has got 2 strikeouts to his name tonight. And that brings up the second baseman, Albies. Albies is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and scored a run his last time up. He's also flown out to center field. So Albies gets himself dug in. The runner at second is Swanson. The runner at first is Soler. And now Nola steps off the rubber. So Nola gets the sign from his catcher. He shakes off Realmuto. They're not on the same page, and now he steps off the rubber, and they're going to go through the signs again. Realmuto is going to go through the sequencing again. And here comes the pitch to Albies. Nola checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. When you think about big league pitchers or guys like Aaron Nola, who would be considered, maybe not this year, but an ace or a number 1 on a staff, they don't always have their best stuff each night. And it looks like there's bite on the pitch, or looks like he's got velocity, but he doesn't look like he's got the best command of his pitches. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball has popped up on the right side of the infield. Moving over is Gene Segura. He's by the foul line. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Albies for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Atlanta Braves, they had no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 runners left the board. It's now 6 runners in the first 4 innings the Braves have left on. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few. With the call at the top of the 5th inning. We're glad you are with us. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time a mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll be back after these. Remember, check out Steve Rademacher, his Money Monday, his Takeover Tuesday, his Saturday morning cartoons, or his Sunday shoutouts, whatever it is. He always has great stuff to listen to. We are moving to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Max Fried is ready to get himself going, and the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Didi Gregorius for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It's Gregorius, Torres, and Nola here for the Phillies in their half of the fifth inning. Gregorius is 1 for 1 tonight. He singled his last time up, but he was stranded on third, and there is a fastball swung on. Slowly tapped to the second baseman, Albies. He picks it up, he throws to first, and that's going to retire Gregorius on a ground out. 4-3 for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ronald Torres. As we go and take a quick look at some of the out-of-town scores, the ones that still have playoff implications, the Red Sox are beating the Orioles 3-0 now in the bottom of the sixth inning. However, the Orioles have 2 on and nobody out. The Blue Jays are leading the Yankees 5-3. That's going to the bottom of the sixth. Of course, the Blue Jays jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and the Yankees have started to claw their way back. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Torres, and that miss is down, and the count is 1-0. Of course, the Brewers are still leading the Cardinals 1-0. The Brewers, of course, game it doesn't have playoff implications, but the Cardinals definitely are trying to extend their streak to 18 games tonight, 18 games won in a row. There's a breaking ball from Fried that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Of course, the other game that gets going later on is the Athletics and the Mariners. That's a 10:10 Eastern time start, or a 7:10 Pacific. This game sped along. We might even be able to give some bonus action and call that one tonight. Here we go back to the action. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted over on the first base side. Freddie Freeman is moving over toward the seats, but it's going to reach the stands. And that is going to make the count 2-1 to Torres. The only other games that might have interest would be the Diamondbacks and the Giants, and the Padres and the Dodgers. Diamondbacks, Giants, of course. Giants and the Dodgers are fighting it out for first place. The Giants just have to keep winning. The Dodgers are trying to gain some ground. Right now, the Dodgers are firmly cemented in the number 1 seed of the wild card, and it looks like it's going to be Cardinals-Dodgers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded on one hop to short. It's fielded by Swanson. He throws across the infield. That's going to retire Torres. It goes as a ground out. 5-3 for out number 2. And now it's the pitcher spot scheduled to bat, and we're going to see what the Phillies are going to do, and they're going to stay with Aaron Nola. Nola is going to come out to bat. So Nola tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded to the first baseman his first time up. Flipped it to the pitcher covering. So here comes the first pitch to Nola. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. We'll catch up with other scores around the league in another inning or two as these games get deeper. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Aaron Nola. Fried kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball down, and the catcher Darno tries to block it, but it squirts away. Count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nola. Fried back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away down the right field line. Count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fried has been pretty efficient in his 5 innings of work. He's going to be delivering the 72nd pitch of the ball game to Nola here. He kicks in, he delivers. There's a fastball swung on, it's fouled straight back. Count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fried gets the side from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup taken for a called 3rd strike. And Aaron Nola has been retired. So for the Phillies in their half of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. Here is our friend Matt again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt. That is Matt Hollis, and be sure to check out his channel after the game. That's Another Hollis Build for all your entertaining needs. Of course, Matt's got his animals around the place, and he likes to show off his chickens. Of course, he's also got baseball cards and card breaks. Great job on the team breaks that he does. Now that's going to bring up the heart of the Atlanta batting order here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Austin Riley, Adam Duvall, and Eddie Rosario to face Austin Nola. And so we're going to get a chance to watch things here as they take place. And it is going to be Nola coming back out for yet another inning of work. Austin Nola, of course, tonight has not had his best stuff. He is thrown 76 pitches in his 5 innings of work, 50 of those for strikes, so he's almost at 2/3, but command has been the issue for him, where he gets ahead in the count and then he's not able to finish the hitters off. They've got 7 hits tonight due the Braves. The problem for the Braves is they've left 6 runners on base in their 4 innings. So 3 is the magic number for the Braves to finish off the Phillies. Combination of Brave victories and Philly losses will get the Braves the National League East Championship. So Aaron Nola gets back onto the mound, ready to go back to work. And here comes Austin Riley to the plate. As we said before, Riley's having himself a fine campaign this year. Tonight he's 1 for 2 and an RBI. He singled. It was raced on a fielder's choice, but he did knock in the first run of the ball game, which was Jorge Soler. He also struck out in the 3rd inning. Here we go, ready to go back to the action as Nola has got rid of the rosin bag and ready to start delivering baseballs. Goes into the motion, he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It is 76 pitches through the 4 innings of work for Nola that has been alarming. And there's a changeup swung on it, is lifted into deep center field. Moving back in front of the track is Herrera. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Riley for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Adam Duvall. For Duvall tonight, he is 0 for 2. He bounced into a fielder's choice in the first inning that brought home Freddie Freeman for the second run of the ball game. He's flown out to center field. He's 0 for 2 in the books officially. I always hate to jinx myself, but this game has got a lot of good tempo and pace to it. Nola ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Nola gets the sign from his catcher and goes back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to reach the seats behind home plate. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch from Nola. It's a fastball swung on. It's popped up to the left side of the infield. Coming in on it is the third baseman, Torres. He calls everyone off, and he makes the grab. And that is going to retire Duvall for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to Eddie Rosario. Rosario tonight is 1 for 2. He doubled home a run his last time up, and he's also grounded to second. He is officially 1 for 2. So Rosario gets himself dug in at the plate. He's got a close stance. Nola rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Nola rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Counts now 1-1 to Rosario. Nola ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to first. It's fielded neatly by Vierling. He flips it to Nola covering, and that is going to retire Rosario. It goes as a ground out 3-1, and this is by far the easiest inning of work for Aaron Nola, as he only throws 8 pitches in the inning, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board for the Braves in their half of the 5th. Moving to the top of the 6th inning, it is Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. Top of the 6th inning after this. We're glad you stopped in tonight to check us out. We really appreciate you all being here. Here is our friend Steve again. Sure to check out his channel after the game. This is Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 6th inning. It is going to be the top of the order for the Philadelphia Phillies to face the left-hander Max Fried. That means it's going to be Odubel Herrera Gene Segura and Bryce Harper. And Fried on the night has been much more efficient than his counterpart. He's thrown 73 pitches through his 5 innings of work. It's ready to get back onto the mound, face the top of the Philly batting order. I would expect that we probably will see Fried go through the batting order one more time, as long as he can maintain his efficiency. Only have to pass it over to the bullpen. And here's the first pitch to Herrera. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Herrera batting from the left side with that very open stance. Lefty versus the lefty. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is lifted into deep right field. This ball is going to be off the wall. It's going to get away from Soler, and it's going to bounce into the center fielder Duvall's hands. He fires it in, and Herrera has got himself a leadoff double here to get the 6th inning going for the Phillies. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Gene Segura. So Herrera with a leadoff double. He doesn't mess around, Herrera. In the first at-bat, he swung at the first pitch and flew up to left field. In his second at-bat, he was right back to work and swung at the second pitch and grounded out. And here he swings at the second pitch and hammers it off the wall. He doesn't go deep into the counts. He's up there ready to swing. So here comes the second baseman, Segura, and he takes a breaking ball for a ball upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Segura waiting on the left-hander Fried, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count's now 2-0. Probably would like to get rid of Segura here if he could, because they do have an open base and Bryce Harper is looming on deck. So 2 balls and no strikes. Fried comes set at the belt. Checks the runner. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on. It gets away from the catcher, d'Arnaud. And that is going to advance Herrera over to third. We're going to have to wait on the scoring on that. I believe that could be charged as a pass ball. Wait for the official decision on that one, as the ball got away from catcher d'Arnaud. So here comes the pitch from Fried. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Swanson. He throws to first. That is going to retire Segura, but he's going to get himself an RBI, as the base runner Herrera has crossed the plate. And so with 1 out here in the Phillies' top half of their first inning, that's going to bring Bryce Harper to the dish. So the Phillies have cut into the lead. It's now 3-2 for Atlanta. Harper is ready to get back to work here. So Fried gets the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count is 1-1 to Harper. Harper's 0 for 2 today. He's struck out both of his times up against the left-hander Fried. Harper digs in. He has the similar routine. He touches the far part of the plate and the near part, then the far part, and taps a couple of times. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Harper. Fried ready to go back to work. There's a breaking ball that's in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher d'Arnaud, though he doesn't really need to without anybody on base. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here we go, back to work. Fried kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that's down and away to Harper, and the count's now 2-2. Harper's made some nice defensive plays tonight in right field. There's been a lot of action for him. And I mean by nice is he's been able to play balls off the ball well. He's been able to make a couple of nice running and sliding catches. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Harper. Fried into the motion he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the left field line, and it's going to reach the seats. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 1 away here in the 6th inning. Phillies have got another runner on the board. It is now 3-2 for the Braves. Fried gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Harper has been retired for the 3rd time today on strikes. That's the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, JT Realmuto. For JT Realmuto, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's struck out and he's flown out to center field. So Fried ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch from Fried. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Fried gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Realmuto gets himself dug in. He's ready to go. Fried is working fairly efficiently. He holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow center field. Moving out on it is Albies. He's going to make an over-the-shoulder catch. And that is going to retire Realmuto for the 3rd out of the inning. But a nice running catch over the shoulder by Ozzie Albies to end the inning. But they get a run back in the inning due to the Phillies. There was 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Philadelphia Phillies trailing the Atlanta Braves 3-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. The call of the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is some of our Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame memories. Be sure to check it out. We were in Tokyo a couple of years ago, had a chance to get to their Hall of Fame. Here are our Hall of Fame memories from Japan. Welcome back, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the bottom of the 6th inning. Stay tuned. We're glad you can stop by to listen to our call of the Braves and the Phillies.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spun Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. While we wait for the Braves to get themselves ready to come out to bat and for the pitcher Nola to finish his warm-up tosses, we have Some scores from the out-of-town scoreboard that we want to look at. The Blue Jays are still holding on to a 5-3 lead. It's in the top of the 7th inning. Currently, the Yankees have 2 on and 2 out. They are threatening right now with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Other scores to keep an eye on: the Red Sox are beating the Orioles 3-0. That is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Of course, this game here with playoff implications is the Braves leading the Phillies 3-2. Other games that are of interest that will start a little bit later: the Athletics and the Mariners. Mariners are only a half game behind the Red Sox entering tonight's affair. Out of the wild card spot, the Padres and the Dodgers and the D-backs and the Giants, the implications in those games are the first place in the National League West. Those are the only other games that have playoff interest, at least in our minds. Everything else is underway, but we'll update you on some of those later. So here's Aaron Nola ready to go back to work. He's going to face Travis d'Arnaud, Dansby Swanson, and Max Fried. And here comes the first pitch from Nola. It is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to third, and on one pitch there is one away, as that goes down as a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1 here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Swanson tonight has had the number of Aaron Nola. He has doubled in the 2nd and singled in 4th. So Swanson on the season against the Phillies is 20 for 66 at the plate. Nola gets the sign from Muto. He's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. And there is a breaking ball swung on, and it's tap foul on the first base side, and Swanson lost his helmet on the swing. So Swanson gets himself dug in, and he's ready to face Nola again. Nola is ready to deliver his 87th pitch of the ball game. He rocks in the motion. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted to deep right field. Moving back on the warning track is the right fielder, Harper. He's going to make the catch as he slams into the wall, and he's hearing it from the Atlanta Brave fans who are on the other side of the fence. There's a picnic area over there. Harper had to make the catch and concentrate through all of the noise that was going on behind him. He makes the grab as he runs into the outfield fence, and that's going to leave it all up to the pitcher, Max Fried. Fried tonight is officially 0 for 1. He's grounded to second, and he bounced into a sacrifice his last time. He had a sac bunt. And the first pitch from Nola is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Nola rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. He crawled the ladder on that one, and Max Fried went chasing. So no balls and 2 strikes to Fried. Nola gets the sign from his catcher, Real Muto. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Fried on strikes. So for the Braves in their half of the 6th, they go quietly again. That's 8 in a row retired by Nola. He's finally settled in. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 7th inning. It is the Philadelphia Phillies trailing the Atlanta Braves 3-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. The 7th inning. We're glad you could be here with us. Here's our friend Steve again. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. This is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not? Like father, like son. That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, a creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Thanks again, Steve. We appreciate the support you give to our channel, and in return, we like to support you. Here is our other Hall of Fame memories from Japan. Be sure to check this out. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Max Fried is about to begin his 7th inning of work, and he's going to face Andrew McCutchen, Matt Vierling, and Didi Gregorius. Fried has cruised pretty much through the first 6 innings. He's been touched for a couple of runs, but for the most part, he has been very, very efficient in his time of work. McCutchen steps in, and the first pitch from Fried is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Fried ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball. It's swung on. It's popped up into center field. And down is the catcher, Darno. Ball is caught by the center fielder Duval, but on the backswing, McCutchen caught Darno on the elbow. As he runs back to the dugout, he goes to check on the catcher. It wasn't intentional. It was the backswing. He let it go, and he didn't hit him that hard, but he did hit him. And that is going to retire McCutchen for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Matt Vierling. Vierling tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run, and he popped out to the shortstop. Fried working very efficiently tonight. He's now at 91 pitches with 1 out here in the 7th. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Vierling pulled his average up to .344 on the season with the hit in the first inning as he's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Vierling. So no balls and 2 strikes. Getting the start tonight at first base. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 1-2 to Vierling. Fried working quickly and efficiently when there's nobody on base. He gets the sign from his catcher, Darno. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Swanson over to first, and that is going to retire Vierling. It goes as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Didi Gregorius. For Gregorius tonight, he is 1 for 2. He singled in the 2nd, and he grounded to second in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. Gregorius is not having one of his finer offensive seasons at the plate. He is batting .211 on the year. He's at the back end almost now of his career, and there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Probably, arguably, the best years of his career was when he was with the New York Yankees. Offensively, this is probably the year that's given him the most challenge in his career, at least in terms of contact. And there is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count's 1-1. He's only hitting .211, and his on-base percentage is below 300. There's a fastball swung on it, has popped up on the left side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is Austin Riley. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Gregorius for the third out of the inning. So for the Philadelphia Phillies, they had no runs on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left. We're moving to the bottom of the seventh inning. It is the Atlanta Braves 3, the Philadelphia Phillies 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We're glad you are with us. Here is our friend Matt again. Be sure to check out his channel after the game.
You got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. That's our friend Matt Hollis. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. That's another Hollis build. He's a San Diego Padre fan, and when you're over there, offer him some condolences because the Padres certainly died a painful death this season for their fans, as there was a lot of expectations, especially through the first 3 months of the season for that group. They have faded right away. So here we go. It's going to be the top of the Atlanta Brave batting order coming up in their half of the seventh inning. That means it's going to be Jorge Soler, Freddie Freeman, and Ozzie Albies. Soler has been on base 3 times tonight. He singled, scored a run in the first inning, and he's walked 2 more times after that. So he is coming to bat to get things going after the tune-up tosses. It'll be interesting to see if Max Fried's going to come back out. The way it looks is after that inning, getting a lot of high fives from his teammates in the dugout. That might have been it for him in the seventh inning here. I'm a little bit, I don't want to say surprised. I'm not surprised about that, but I would have liked to have seen him get at least one more inning under his belt. He would have been facing the 8-9 one-hitters next inning. At least start the inning. But based on the hugs, the handshakes, the high fives in the dugout, that is going to do it for Max Fried. So we'll see what they've got going on. It is going to be a pitching change for the Philadelphia Phillies. They've got a left-hander coming out. It is going to be Jose Alvarado. He is going to be working in his 62nd game of the season. He's got an ERA of 4.05. So Jose Alvarado takes over for Aaron Nola. And even that in itself is a little surprising. Alvarado coming in as Nola ended up retiring the last 8 batters he faced. So here we go, ready to get back to the action, and it's Jorge Soler to get things going. And the first pitch from Alvarado is a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Seguri. Throws to first. It takes the first baseman, Vierling, off the bag. He tries to tag Soler, but he doesn't get it. Doesn't apply the tag, and Soler is aboard. It'll be interesting to see how they field that. It was a tough play as Segura had to go to his left, but he threw the ball up the line. And for the 4th time tonight, Jorge Soler is aboard. Yeah, the tag definitely did not get him. We'll have to see what the official scorer has to say on that one, and that's going to bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. The official scorer says that's a base hit single. for Soler. I'm not sure about that one. And there's the Freddie Freeman steps in at the plate, and the first pitch to Freddie Freeman is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. Freeman tonight is 1 for 3. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. He's struck out 2 other times. Freeman digs in on the left side, left-hander against the left-hander. Alvarado gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto. He's set at the belt. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball at 100 miles an hour, taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. There is action in the Atlanta bullpen as the lefty Matzik is up and throwing. So if you are a Philadelphia Philly fan, it is getting into crunch time, and if you're an Atlanta Brave fan, you're chewing your nails because bullpen has not been an area of strength for the Braves this year. And there's a foul ball by Freeman that's tapped over on the first base side. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Alvarado comes set at the belt. He's ready to go back to work. There is a fastball at 100 miles an hour, swung on and missed. And Freeman, for the 3rd time tonight, is down on strikes. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. For Ozzie Albies tonight, he is 1 for 3. He singled and scored a run in the 3rd inning, and that was in between a fly out to center field and a pop out to second base. His other time's up. Albies hitting in the 3-hole tonight, batting for the first time from the right side. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. I have to say, Alvarado I have not seen this year, but very impressive. The lefty is sitting on 99 miles an hour from the left side. He's touched 101. He's coming in and throwing good old-fashioned heat. Ball is absolutely hissing up to the plate. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the right field line, and the count is now 0-2 to Albies. So for me, it was an eyebrow raiser seeing Jorge Soler in the leadoff spot, and all he's done tonight is set the table 4 times for the Braves. He's on base every time he's come to the plate, an on-base machine. Freddie Freeman only once was able to put the ball in play. The Braves have stranded 6 runs. There's a fastball at 99. Albies is able to fling his bat at it and foul it away, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's 3-2 for the Atlanta Braves. Albies is batting from the right side against the left-hander Alvarado. There's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded past the shortstop into center field. It gets by the center fielder Herrera. In safely to third is the runner Soler, and getting into second base is Albies on the air by the center fielder. He misplayed that ball. I'm not really sure what he was doing. It looked like he was coming up wanting to make a throw to third base, but the reality of it was the runners were not advancing. It was an easy play just to drop to a knee and to be able to pick it up. His momentum was taking him that way, but he got to the ball and he overran the ball. And he's got to go back and retrieve it, and both of the runners have moved up. So that's going to be a single for Albies. And they will advance to third on the error by the center fielder, and that could come back to haunt the Phillies. And that is going to do it for Alvarado. We are going to the bullpen. And that is going to be Austin Riley coming up to the plate, and then it looks like they've got the lights down and got all kinds of stuff going on. It looks like people got their cell phones out and doing all kinds of stuff as we have this call to the bullpen. So we'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody. We'll get you that pitching change. And the Braves are threatening with runners on second and third.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change, and it is going to be Hector Neris coming into the ball game to replace Jose Alvarado. And he's got himself in a bit of a pickle. He is going to be facing Austin Riley, and he is going to be in his 8th year this year with the Phillies. He's 4-6 with a 3.28 ERA. He's appeared in 71 ball games. He's got 71 in a third innings pitched. He's also saved 12 games for them this year. He's allowed 51 hits, 29 walks, and he has struck out 93 batters. He is going to be facing the right-hander Austin Riley, right-handed hitting Austin Riley, with the runners at second and third. So the inning got going on a Jorge Soler single. Freddie Freeman followed with a strikeout, and then Ozzie Albies singled, and then both of the runners advanced on the error by Asdrubal Herrera. And so the first pitch from Neris is a fastball that misses down and away to Riley, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. That error had taken the Braves base runners out of double play possibility. They've got the infield in. They're not right on the grass. I would say that they're more than halfway. They're in their traditional formation with a balanced infield. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-1 to Riley. Riley today is 1 for 3. He singled and drove in the first run of the ball game for the Braves. He's also struck out and flown out to center field. This is where a deep fly ball would come in handy right now for the right-handed stick. And here's the pitch from Neris. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on it. It's ripped down the left field line. It's into the corner. It's trouble. That's going to get 1 run in. That's going to get 2 runs in. Austin Riley is cruising into second base with a stand-up double, and that is going to blow this game apart. It's going to be very difficult now for the Phillies to be able to get back into this one. It's now a 5-2 lead for the Atlanta Braves here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. A 2 RBI double. That gives Riley 3 RBIs on the ball game today. And it is now a 5-2 Atlanta lead. The Braves, of course, are hunting for this win tonight that would make them only 1 game away from clinching the National League East. There's a fastball swung on. It is hammered foul down the left field line, and it's going to reach the seats. Adam Duvall, who steps up to the plate here, is 0 for 3 tonight. He's also driven in a run. He bounced into a fielder's choice. He's flown to center, and he's popped out to third. So for those Philadelphia Philly fans out here, they're tapping out now. The frustrating season is about ready to come to an end, but you never know. The Braves have their bullpen, which is a bit shaky. Here's the pitch. It is a check swing that Duvall has gone too far on, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. There's only 1 out here in the 7th inning, and Eddie Rosario is waiting his turn on deck. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto. He kicks and delivers, and there is a changeup swung on and missed. And Duvall has gone down, retired on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Eddie Rosario. Rosario today is 1 for 3. He doubled in the 3rd inning and knocked in the 3rd run of the game for the Braves. And he's grounded out twice in his other at-bats. Neris checks the sign from his catcher, Realmuto, and he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Braves, they can hold on tonight. Definitely get themselves in a position where they can seal the deal tomorrow and maybe even win it on home field. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we check the out-of-town scoreboard quickly in between, we'll do that in between the innings here as we stick around. We got some updates out of town. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 3-1 to Rosario. So looks like we have some excitement on the out-of-town scoreboard. So with 2 away, Eddie Rosario's got a 3-1 pitch coming. Travis d'Arnaud is waiting his turn on deck. Kick and deliver. It is a changeup swung on and fouled into the feet of Rosario, and the count is 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto, and he's ready to go back to work. Comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers, and there is a breaking ball that misses down and in. And Rosario gets himself a 2-out walk. That puts runners at 1st and 2nd, and that'll bring up the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. So the Phillies are not out of this jam yet. It's a 3-run cushion now for the Braves. d'Arnaud is 0 for 3. He's lined out and grounded out twice. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, Realmuto. He holds set at the belt. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Neris is getting his sign from the catcher, but Stepping out is d'Arnaud. He's going to reset himself back in the box. Holding set at the belt is Neris. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. Neris I haven't seen a whole lot of this year, but he definitely is not looking sharp. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball, and that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. Neris has thrown 16 pitches, only 9 for strikes so far, 7 balls. And here's the pitch from Neris. It is a fastball swung on. Its tap foul over on the third base side, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should d'Arnaud find a way on base, it'll be Dansby Swanson who waits his turn on deck. Neris gets the sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the first base side. And the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch, and it is swung on, and it's tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neris gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. There is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. Neris doesn't like the call, but I don't know what he's thinking because that pitch wasn't even close. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Phillies pitchers are having their struggles in this inning. First Alvarado and now Neris. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. The runners are on the move. There is a fastball that's taken for ball 4. And Neris is asking why or where, and the pitch is down, and that is going to bring Joe Girardi out of the bullpen. He has seen enough. Out of the dugout. We'll be bringing another pitcher in out of the bullpen more than likely. And that's going to do it for Neris as Dansby Swanson strides to the plate with the bases loaded. We'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody. This inning here has gotten away on the Phillies. It's 3-2. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. The Braves are threatening. One swing of the bat here could blow this game right apart if it's not already apart right now. It's 5-2. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, That's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Thanks again, Matt. We really appreciate you and your support of our channel. We have a pitching change. It is going to be Sam Coonrod coming into the game for the Phillies. He's going to be the fourth pitcher of the ball game and the third of this inning. As I said before at the beginning of the inning, I was a little bit, I'd say if you would ask me earlier on if they would have been, Aaron Nola would have been pulled, I would have not seen Aaron Nola entering the seventh inning the way he'd pitched through the first three innings of the ball game. But he had really been efficient. He'd retired the last 8 batters he faced. And then they went to the bullpen, and this is where it's kind of gotten away on the Phillies. There's 2 runs on the board. The bases are loaded. And Dansby Swanson is stepping up to the plate. The first pitch to Swanson is a fastball. It's swung on. It's past the diving shortstop, Didi Gregorius. It gets into center field. 1 run is in. Here comes Rosario. He's going to score. And just like that, a base hit for Swanson, a single and 2 RBIs. And that's going to move d'Arnaud all the way over to third base. And now the score is 7-2 for the Braves. And one would have to think that is the nail in the Philadelphia coffin. Looked like it broke a piece of the bat that Swanson had swung. That ball had just got past the shortstop. He had caught it down on the fists. 2 runs are in. And now we have a 7-2 ball game for the Atlanta Braves, and that'll bring a pinch hitter to the plate. We've got Jock Peterson stepping in. He's going to bat for the pitcher, Max Free. First pitch to Peterson is taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Peterson on the season's hitting .238. He's got 17 homers to go with 60 runs batted in. Peterson batting from the left side against the right-hander Coonrod. And the pitch from Coonrod is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Peterson batting from the left side. He gets himself dug in. Got some interesting jewelry or necklace around his neck. It almost looks like he's got a bunch of beads. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Beads like as in when you're in New Orleans and people are throwing beads at the women, those kind of beads. So a little bit different than what you see with the gold chains and everything else. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peterson. Now he's asked for time. He steps away, and we're going to do this all over again. So Coonrod is now the pitcher on the hill. He comes set at the belt. He kicks in and he delivers. There's a fastball upstairs. They go for help down at the third baseline, but the third base umpire said he didn't go. The count is now 2-2 to Peterson. As we look back at Peterson, it looks like he's got a pearl necklace on. I don't know if he lost a bet or what the reason is for the necklace that he's gone on. It's something that his wife might wear, but here we go. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's popped up behind home plate. Realmuto moving back toward the seats. And is going to reach the seats, and it's going to continue to keep the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Coonrod gets a new baseball. He rubs it up, and he's ready to go back to work. Right-hander against the left-hander. Coonrod gets the sign from Merrill Muto. He holds at the belt, and he holds at the belt. Now Peterson calls time. This game has definitely slowed down quite a bit now that they've gone to the bullpen. That's something else that you've noticed. A lot of the bullpen pitchers, they come in and they work at a much different tempo and pace than what the starter does. Affects the pace of the game. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and that runs the count now full to Peterson. The Phillies have allowed the Braves to bat around in the inning. The runner at third is Darno. The runner at first is Swanson. This is the 9th hitter in the inning, and it's Jorge Soler who got this inning going, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Runner Swanson's off with the pitch, and there is a breaking ball that misses inside, and Peterson has drawn himself a walk, and that is going to bring up the top of the order with the bases loaded. That's Jorge Soler. So the Phillies bullpen is absolutely melted down here in the 7th inning. RJ Collects back in the house says, can we now agree that the Phillies are done? I think the forks are out. They're checking to see if they're absolutely finished. The Phillies bullpen has been absolutely tragic here tonight. And they've got the bases loaded, and Soler, all he's done is go 2 for 2 and 2 walks. He's been on base all 4 times he's come to the plate. And here's the pitch from Coonrod. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. I think a question that needs to be asked is, where does Joe Girardi sit in this? Does Joe Girardi get another year to come back? I think he does. But at what point in time does Joe Girardi start to get onto the hot seat? I would think Dave Dombrowski has his back, and there is a fastball that swung on and fouled away. That'd be a question I'd like to know. Can Joe Girardi do the job? Hey, you don't have Jeter, you don't have Posada, you don't have Mariano, you don't have Pettit, you don't have wins. So here we go. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Soler. Coonrod kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. Segura picks it up. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Soler. It goes as a ground out, 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. But there was a lot of damage done here in the 7th inning. For the Atlanta Braves, they had 4 runs in the inning. There were 4 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is a 7-2 ball game. Stick around, everybody. We're going to just take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We were talking earlier that there has been some updates for those who are watching the out-of-town scoreboard and looking at the other playoff games or games with playoff implications. The New York Yankees, and that now looks like it's a final. The New York Yankees have fallen to the Toronto Blue Jays 6-5. The Yankees were trailing at different points, 4-0, 5-3. They battled back with a couple of runs, and now they've lost that game 6-5. It's in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Boston Red Sox are leading the Baltimore Orioles 6-0. So the 2 teams in the wild card spot entering tonight's game in the American League have won both of their games. The other game that's about ready to get going here in about 10 minutes is the Mariners and Athletics. Mariners and Athletics, it'll be Montez against Gilbert. That game, obviously to keep pace, the Mariners have to win to stay a half game back of the Red Sox. The Giants are batting in the bottom of the 1st. They have 2 on and 2 out against the Diamondbacks, and they are battling for first place against the Dodgers, who get going in a little bit against the Padres. But we're going to be back here for the top of the 8th inning in just a moment, as we're going to get you all the action. I see RJ Collects says a lot of fans want Girardi gone, but I like him. I think he should get 1 more year, to be honest with you. and then make a decision after that. The quick fix isn't that. Sometimes it may not be the manager. It might be the players that are more the issue than anything else. I think he had some beefs with Gene Segura earlier this year. I didn't know all the details that went with it, but that is one of the pieces of information we were hearing here, is that he was battling it out with one of his guys. So we do have a pitching change. We've got Tyler Matzik now into the game. He's going to be appearing in his 68th ball game. He's got 61 innings under his belt. He's got a 2.66 ERA. He's struck out 75 and walked 37 in that time. The first pitch is on its way to Torres, and that is taken for a ball 1. So 1-0 to Ronald Torres. The changes in the defensive changes. So Heredia is going to go into center field. He's going to replace Jorge Soler in the batting order. And there is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. And then it looks like that Matzik is going to go into the pitcher's spot. And that is where the change is going to be. So Heredia replaces Soler, and it's going to be the pitcher spot where Matzik is in the batting order. And there's a fastball taken for a strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Matzik working from the left side against the right-handed hitting Torres. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into left field. Oh, and Eddie Rosario has to make an entertaining play. A lot of people in Atlanta were probably swallowing hard on that one. Rosario makes a bit of a zoo route to the ball. He catches it as he's falling down, but he does make the play. He made a routine play look very, very difficult, but that is the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the pitcher spot in the batting order, but we're probably not going to see Sam Coonrod come to hit. There will be a pinch hitter, and that pinch hitter is Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm, of course, began the year and played most of the year at third base for the Phillies. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Boehm, of course, got sent down to the minor leagues. He needed a bit of a tune-up there, and he's since responded a little bit. He's come back, and he's played fairly decent on his return. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away over on the first base side, and the count is 1-1. Boehm on the season is hitting .245. He's got 7 homers and 47 runs batted in. This is his 112th game. He's got 371 at-bats entering tonight's contest. The numbers to be concerned about is the high strikeout rate, the low walks, and not enough power. They're expecting Boehm to hit with some juice. He's only got 7 home runs. There's a fastball fouled away. And the count is 1-2 to Boehm. He was their first-round pick, the Phillies, the 3rd overall out of Wichita State back in the 2018 Major League Draft. So a lot of expectations for the big right-handed hitting third baseman. Here's the pitch from Matzik, and it's a breaking ball, and that hits Boehm. And he is going to be aboard with a hit by pitch. It's the last thing you wanted to do if you're Matzik. Just to follow up on Boehm a little bit here, when he got sent down and demoted, he played 15 games in the minors. He had 59 at-bats and 16 hits with a homer and 6 RBIs. So he's sent down to clear his head and straighten himself out a little bit. So he is the runner at first, and now we've got the top of the order. It's going to be Odubel Herrera. You got to think that in the first 2 or 3 pitches of this at-bat, something's going to happen because Herrera comes out of the dugout swinging. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled in the 6th and scored a run. So Herrera with that open stance digs in at the plate. And he takes a first pitch fastball upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and strikes to Herrera. Matzik ready to go back to work. Gets the sign from his catcher, Darno. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal over to the third base umpire. They say he didn't go. The third base umpire tonight is Dan Bellino. The home plate umpire is Fielden Culbreth. He's had himself a nice game. Comes the pitch. It is a fastball, and that's fouled away. Count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So here comes the pitch, and it is a fastball swung on. It is driven down into the right field corner. This is going to be extra bases. It's off the wall. Bohm is going to be held at third, and cruising into second is Herrera with a double. And so maybe the Phillies aren't dead yet, as they've got runners on second and third, and there's only 1 away, and it's going to bring up Gene Segura to the plate. So Segura tonight is 0 for 3. He's grounded to short twice and grounded to third once, but he has driven in one of the Philly runs. And for Herrera, that is his second double of the evening. And now he is aboard, and we've got a visit from the pitching coach out to the mound, and he's out talking to Matzik and to Darno, a vote of confidence for his left-hander. Both of these teams, the bullpens have been an issue. Our friend RJ Collects Set says he never should have sent Bohm down. Schmidt batted 193 in his first full season. Next year, he led the league in home runs. For some reason, I don't know if it was always because of his performance or if it was some of his off-field. There was some off-field there. Not to say off-field, but some, I guess I would say behavioral issues, I think, that would come about. I don't know all the details because I don't follow the Phillies always that tightly, but I think there were some, what I would call behavioral issues. There's a first pitch that misses to Segura, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. So here we go back to the action again, and Matzik holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So I don't know all the details with regards to the Bohm demotion, but I don't know if it was necessarily all because of his performance. That had quite a bit to do with it. So here comes the 1-1, and there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Segura. Matzik gets the sign from his catcher, Darno, and he's ready to go back to work. He holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers, and it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. And looming on deck is the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Certainly would be a dramatic finish, maybe not for the Braves fans. And again, as I said before, it makes me wonder, well, maybe not, because the Braves did have a lot of batters to the plate. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Segura is out for the 4th time tonight, and the first time via strikes. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Harper tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate. Harper gets himself set in the batter's box, and we're ready to go back to work. Well, the season, his average has slipped to .309. He's got the 34 homers and the 82 runs batted in. And Matzik is waiting from the first pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's popped up on the infield. Camping out underneath it is Ozzie Albies. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire the Phillies in their half of the 8th inning. So the Phillies go quietly. They had no runs. They had 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. They were not able to cash any of their base runners in. They put 2 on with 1 out. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Atlanta Braves 7, the Philadelphia Phillies 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll catch up with our running score on the bottom as you catch up with Matt.
We've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Thanks again, Matt. Be sure to check out Matt Hollis's channel after the game. That's another Hollis build. And we'll be back with you after these tunes with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning. We're glad you're with us, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is Freddie Freeman time. He is coming up to the plate, and it'll be Ozzie Albies and Austin Riley. That is the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order for the Atlanta Braves. Riley, of course, has been doing most of the damage tonight in the clutch situations. Freeman today is 1 for 4. He struck out 3 times, singled and scored a run in the first, and it's going to be Connor Brogdon, who is coming in now in relief. He'll be the 5th pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. Brogdon, the tall, lanky right-hander, gets things going, and the first pitch is a changeup taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So Connor Brogdon on in relief. There is a pitch. It is a changeup swung on. It is popped up in foul territory on the right side. JT Realmuto comes over. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Freddie Freeman on a pop-out to the catcher for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. For Connor Brogdon, he is originally a 10th round pick of the Philadelphia Phillies in the 2017 MLB draft. He was drafted out of Lewis and Clark State College in Lewiston, Idaho. He was with LC State. He played at the NAIA level. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 1-1 to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies is 2 for 4 tonight. He's singled twice, scored 2 runs. He's also flown out to center and popped to second. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-1. This is Brogdon's 2nd year in the big leagues. He's 5-4 this year with a 3.60 ERA. This is his 55th game out of the bullpen, and there is a changeup swung on. It's popped up shallow center field. Backing up is the shortstop Didi Gregorius. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Albies for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Austin Riley. So Austin Riley tonight is 2 for 4. He's driven in 3 runs. He's also struck out and flown to center. He strides to the plate, looking to keep things going here for the Braves in their half of the 8th inning. And the first pitch from Brogdon is a breaking ball, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Steve Rademacher in the house bringing his Atlanta Braves pom-poms with him, or maybe they were Milwaukee Braves pom-poms. And here comes the pitch from Brogdon. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Brogdon's a little sneaky fast. That last pitch was at 96 miles an hour under the hands. He came in hard inside to Austin Riley, and Riley fought it off the fists. I didn't think Brogdon had that type of velocity in him. Able to dial it up to 96. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Realmuto applies the tag, and Riley is retired. So a very easy 3-up and 3-down inning for Brogdon. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. It's the Philadelphia Phillies trailing the Atlanta Braves 7-2. Stick around, everybody. This is last gas time for the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll be right back in just a couple moments.
Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball. Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spunt Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be the heart of the Philadelphia Phillies batting order, and that means it's going to be JT Realmuto, Andrew McCutchen, and Matt Vierling. And I'm anticipating that the Braves are going to their bullpen. We haven't got the official word yet. I would think that Matzik is done in his inning work. A bit of a roller coaster inning, if you ask me. He hit a batter and allowed to hit. It is going to be Richard Rodriguez that is coming in to take over. Richard Rodriguez, of course, was acquired in the midseason from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's going to be called on to close the deal here for the Braves in their 9th inning, or at least in their defensive 9th inning. Rodriguez has been pretty steady for the Braves since he's been acquired. Rodriguez is in his 5th year in the major leagues. Between the Pirates and the Braves this year, he's appeared in 62 games and 62 2/3 innings. He's got a 2.73 ERA. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. And the count is 1-0. So 1-0 to Realmuto. His numbers with the Braves are actually better than they were with the Pirates. Maybe his win-loss totals aren't. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Racing over is the center fielder, Heredia. He reaches up and makes the catch on the run. There was a ball that was absolutely rocketed. And that is going to be the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Andrew McCutcheon. It was absolutely a rocket into the left center field gap. And Heredia on his horse makes the run and makes the catch. I'm starting to say that this year with the Braves, this is his 26th appearance. He's got 24 and a third innings, only 20 hits under his belt. He's allowed 7 runs all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 9. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside to McCutcheon, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. McCutcheon today is 0 for 3. He's struck out, he's grounded out, and he's flown out. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Rodriguez goes to work. He's fastball swung on and tap foul. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike to McCutcheon. Rodriguez ready to go back to work. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Swanson. He throws to first, and that is going to retire McCutcheon on a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Matt Vierling. Or it's scheduled to bring up the first baseman, Vierling, and that's who is striding to the dish. Vierling tonight is 1 for 3, singled and scored a run in the second. He's popped to short, and he's grounded to short his other 2 times up. Braves fans are on their feet. Rodriguez going to work. The first pitch is a fastball. It's swung on. It slowly dribbled to short. Swanson on the run fields it. He fires to first, and that is going to do it. That is going to be the ball game. So for the Philadelphia Phillies in their half of the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Your final score from Atlanta is the Philadelphia Phillies 7, the Atlanta Braves 7, the Philadelphia Phillies 2. The magic number now for the Braves is down to 1. And that is going to do it for this ball game here tonight. We want to thank everybody for taking a moment to listen to our call. We appreciate you being here. We may be on again tomorrow, depending upon our scheduling. And we'll look to call either this game or possibly even the Seattle Mariners. I believe they're on again tomorrow night. We'll be bringing you all the action where we can with whatever games have the most playoff implications. So we'll have to wait and see and check out to see what we have possibly available. If not, it'll be maybe a Dodger, Padre, or a Giant D-back affair. We'll wait and see what that will bring us. All right, everybody. Once again, you've listened to another Last Wraps Baseball video production. We appreciate you sticking around with us. Again, your final score, the Atlanta Braves 7, the Philadelphia Phillies 2. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you again later.